welcome to the mini story for
The
the race. Let's get started. It was 5 o'clock and Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. When was Alan riding his motorcycle?
It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Alan was driving his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Well, at 5 o'clock, right? At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Was Alan riding his car?
No, he didn't. He riding his motorcycle.
Or was Alan riding his motorcycle? Of course, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Where was Alan riding his motorcycle?
In San Francisco. Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. When was he riding?
It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. He was riding down Van Ness Street and came to a stoplight. Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan riding down Van Ness Street.
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street. What was he riding on?
On his motorcycle. Alan was riding on his motorcycle.
On a motorcycle. He was riding on his motorcycle. Was he riding down Market Street?
No, he didn't down Market Street. He down Van Ness Street.
No, not Market Street. He wasn't riding down Market Street. Was he riding down Lombard Street? No, he wasn't riding down Lombard Street. He was riding down Van Ness Street. When was he riding down Van Ness Street?
It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. He was riding down Van Ness Street.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, he was riding down Van Ness Street. Who was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock?
Alan was driving down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock.
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock. Was he in a truck?
No, he not riding on truck. He was riding on his motorcycle.
Wasn't in a truck. He was on his motorcycle.
His motorcycle.
And he came to a stoplight.
Yes.
Did Alan come to a go light?
No, he didn't come to. He wasn't come to a go light. He come to a stop light.
No. He didn't come to a go light. He came to a
A stoplight.
stoplight. We never say go light. We only say
Stoplight.
stoplight. Who came to a stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan, of course. Alan came to a stoplight. What was he on when he came to a stoplight?
On his motorcycle, he driving on his motorcycle came to a stoplight.
A motorcycle. He was on a motorcycle when he came to
a
a
stoplight.
stoplight. Where was the stoplight?
On Vantages, a stoplight on Vantages.
Well, on Van Ness Street. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Was the stoplight on Embarcadero Street? Or was the stoplight on Van Ness Street?
On Vantages was stoplight on Vantages.
Van Ness, of course, Van Ness. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Who was at the stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan was at the stoplight. Which city was Alan in? In San Francisco, of course. Alan was in San Francisco. Where is Van Ness?
In San Francisco, Vantages in San Francisco.
Well, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Is Van Ness Street in New York? Or is Van Ness Street in San Francisco?
In San Francisco. Vantages is in San Francisco.
Well, of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Where was Alan riding?
On Vantages. Alan riding on Vantages. Riding down on Vantages.
Oh, he was riding on Van Ness Street in San Francisco. And he came to a stoplight. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him. Did the red Ferrari pull up behind him?
No, he didn't. No. A Ferrari pulls up next to Alan.
No, not behind him.
Not behind
The red
him.
Ferrari pulled up next
to
to
Alan.
him. What pulled up next to Alan?
A red Ferrari pulls up next to Alan.
A red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Did Alan pull up next to a red Ferrari?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He not pulls up next to a Ferrari. A Ferrari pulls up next to Alan.
No. Alan didn't pull up next to a red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him. Where did the red Ferrari pull up next to Alan?
In Vanessa Street, a stoplight in Vanessa Street, a Ferrari pulls up next to Alan on a stoplight on Vanessa Street.
At a stoplight on Van Ness Street. At a stoplight on Van Ness Street, a red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Was Alan in a red Ferrari? No. Alan wasn't in a red Ferrari. He was on a motorcycle. Alan was on a motorcycle. What did the red Ferrari do?
The referee pulls up next to Alan.
Well, it pulled up next to Alan.
Alan.
The red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.